Flying spiders were not on my bingo card this summer, but Yorkers and New Jerseyans beware because Japanese Joro spiders are set to invade your skies. Measuring up to the size of an adult's hand, the creepy crawler is stirring up commotion in the tri-state area ahead of a possible invasion. The giant yellow and blue-black flying arachnid hails from East Asia, and though scary to some, scientists claim they are not dangerous. It's unclear how they got here, and no, they didn't fly because they actually can't, but scientists think they migrated to the U.S. via cargo ships.
If flying spiders aren't enough, this summer we'll also see the return of cicadas. This summer, billions of them are popping out of the ground in the southeast and the Midwest, and they've already been spotted in 16 states. Now, these periodical cicadas used to emerge every 13 to 17 years when ground temperatures hit 64 degrees Fahrenheit. But scientists say the warming climate is disrupting their internal alarm clocks, prompting them to resurface sooner. According to CBS News, they started emerging last month in Georgia, then spreading to as far north as Illinois. I'm about to go to a wedding in Chicago that might be ruined by locusts. Now, cicadas are not locusts. Locusts are more of like grasshopper things, but they're used interchangeably by a lot of people in the Midwest. So there might be fear that, the plagues are coming and it's biblical end times because of all of these cicadas. But the spiders in New York, I want to talk about as well. This is fascinating. I think that the rats of New York should fight the spiders. It's going to be an epic battle. A quick Google search told me that rats will eat spiders depending on the situation. Let's hope this is one of those situations.
Yeah, it'll be like King Kong versus Godzilla, except it's the flying spiders versus the New York pizza rats. Spiders are my pretty much only animal fear that I have, so this is absolutely horrifying to me. As if I needed another reason to not go to New York, this is the latest one on my list, in New Jersey as well, but I think I'd never go to New Jersey anyway, but New York I'm definitely going to avoid if these spiders are on the docket. I see this as a larger trend as well of a lot of invasive species coming to the United States that are really wrecking a lot of the local environments. We have kudzu in the southeast of the US, which has killed millions of trees and ecosystems, and you have stink bugs in the mid-Atlantic, which are just disgusting and a huge nuisance. People who live in rural parts of Maryland and perhaps Virginia know how many of those things can crawl out of places around your house and your yard as soon as it gets over 70 degrees outside. There have been the Asian lady beetles. There have been Asian hornet mosquitoes apparently in the southeast, which a lot of people are allergic to, myself included. I don't know. We need to put a stop on all imports, intentional or otherwise, of insects and other bugs until we can figure out what the hell is going on.
I wonder if right now, Amber, there's like bug commentators getting together, debating the open borders under the Biden administration and how upset they are that the spiders are being flown into New York.
That's right, 2 invasions.
Of Bug Texas is flying them to New York, and Bug Mayor Eric Adams is giving speeches about how to deal with it. Yeah, they've disrupted the ecosystem. It's a serious problem. I'm not making light of it. I know it's serious because we have trees of heaven, which sounds like really nice. Not so nice. They have taken over the blackberry bushes at my parents' house. This is very upsetting to me as someone who likes blackberries a lot. And they're so hard to get rid of, and so we've got to be more careful. I mean, plagues have come over on ships before. We've got to check the ships for spiders. It's because Amazon just wants to get you their packages so fast. There's no time to check for spiders. So I blame Jeff Bezos.
I blame Jeff Bezos for most things, honestly. I'm in total agreement. But yeah, I mean, it is obviously concerning. I know a lot of people complain about how strict some other countries' customs are, but I think we would probably benefit from maybe being a little bit more in line with some of those restrictions when we see how much we've had wreckage from either bugs or animals or other issues that have come into the U.S. I know I visited New Zealand a few years ago on one of my only trips out of the United States, and I learned that the only animals that are native to New Zealand are actually birds. And white-tailed deer were introduced by one of the US presidents, I think it might have been Teddy Roosevelt, and they quickly spread and bred so quickly that they had to domesticate the white-tailed deer. So if you drive around New Zealand, you will just see white-tailed deer farms behind fences, and it's such a obviously bizarre thing for an American to see, because here they are still technically wild and we control the population by hunting them. In New Zealand, they just farm them. But you can't farm flying spiders, stink bugs, and mosquitoes and all of these. I guess there was a wasp as well that was like some supercharged wasp that became common a few years ago. So what often happens is that these environmentalists or ecologists decide to introduce a natural predator to these species, but then the natural predator becomes the new nuisance. And it sort of is this never-ending cycle. It's how, some cities introduced cats, wild, non-domesticated cats to take on rat populations. And now they have thousands of cats throughout the streets that they can't feed and can't take care of, and they carry all kinds of disease as well. So there's never a really great solution to dealing with a lot of these invasive species.
I know, now instead we're bringing in rat food. If the rats eat the spiders, are the rats going to become more powerful?
Oh, no.
Spiders probably have more protein than pizza. This could be a problem that emboldens the New York rat population, which is already atrocious. My bug thing is cockroaches, though. I can't do the cockroaches. Something about the way they move just gives me the heebie-jeebies. I can't do it. Spiders, not as much, but this could unite the city of New York behind eradicating the spiders collectively. Everyone's just going to, keep a shoe in hand, ready to hit the spiders. There has to be some kind of public response, because the last thing you want in a small New York City apartment is a large flying spider.
Oh, I'm over it. I know we're going to keep tracking the spiders, but I'm just going to stay far away, and I'm going to let New York deal with New York problems. Hopefully Mayor Eric Adams is up for the task, but we're going to have to leave it there. That's going to do it for us on Rising today. Of course, we will be back on Monday. In the meantime, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss any content. And for those of you who like to listen while on the go, we are now available anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Bye, y'all.